5 famous Scotch brands, all sitting on shelves right now, all charging prices that have nothing to do with what's in the bottle. Number 5 costs $85 for whiskey with a silver stag, doing all the work the liquid should be doing. Number 1 sells 1 million bottles every year at $200, while losing blind tastings to $60 single malts every single time. Here's what smart Scotch drinkers figured out years ago. Famous doesn't mean better in Scotch. It means marketed. Some distilleries make exceptional whiskey. Others make exceptional advertising. Today we're exposing 5 famous Scotch brands where the bottle is working harder than the whiskey, and revealing 5 smart alternatives that prove quality doesn't require luxury pricing. By the end, you'll know exactly which famous bottles to walk past, and which 5 deliver more proof, more character, and more value. Let's start with number 5. Number 5, Dalmore 12. This is what happens when packaging becomes the product. That heavy bottle, the deep mahogany color visible through the glass, the massive silver stag emblem bolted to the bottle like a Highland trophy. Everything about Dalmore 12 screams premium before you taste a drop. At $70 to $85, it positions itself alongside serious Highland single malts. Here's the problem. The presentation is doing all the work. That rich color? Caramel coloring added for consistency. Legal, common, but not from exceptional cask maturation. Bottled at 40% ABV, the bare minimum. Chill filtered to remove texture. Every production choice optimized for visual appeal over sensory depth. The flavor delivers polite orange peel, mild spice, dried fruit that fades immediately. A short finish that disappears within seconds. Nothing offensive, nothing engaging. This is whiskey engineered to look expensive and taste forgettable. In blind tastings against other $70 to $85 single malts, Dalmore 12 consistently underperforms. It doesn't just lose to better Highland malts, it loses to $50 Spysides with more character. You're not paying for what's in the glass. You're paying for the stag, the weight of the bottle, and the illusion that heavy glass equals quality liquid. At $40, Dalmore 12 would be acceptable. At $85, it's packaging theater charging premium prices. That's number 5. 4 more famous bottles where you're buying the story, not the Scotch. Number 4. Dewar's 18. This is what happens when a brand adds an age statement to mediocrity and triples the price. Dewar's white label costs $25. It's fine for mixing. Bland, forgettable, designed to disappear in a highball, Dewar's 18 costs $60 to $70. That's an age statement and $45 more for whiskey that barely improves. Here's what you're paying for: the number 18 printed on the label. The blend contains whiskeys aged at least 18 years. That's real, but age doesn't equal quality, it equals time. And time in mediocre casks produces mediocre whiskey, just older. Bottled at 40% ABV, chill filtered, colored. The flavor delivers soft honey, vanilla, light fruit, and oak that never develops depth. Everything pleasant, everything cautious, everything designed not to challenge you. In blind tastings against other $60 to $70 whiskeys, Dewar's 18 routinely finishes in the bottom third. Because 40% ABV whiskey, no matter how old, can't compete with 46% whiskey that's younger but bolder. At $40, Dewar's 18 would be fair. At $70, you're paying $45 more than white label for marginal improvement. That's number 4. The top 3 get worse. Number 3, Glenfiddich 18. This is the bottle people buy when they want to look like they know Scotch without actually knowing Scotch. At $90 to $120 depending on your market, Glenfiddich 18 occupies serious premium territory. The whiskey is elegant, refined, carefully balanced, baked apple, oak, soft spice, gentle sweetness, very polished, also very restrained, bottled at 40% ABV, chill filtered for consistency. Every production choice prioritizes smoothness over character, which works for accessibility, but creates problems at this price, because many competitors deliver higher proof, richer texture, and more intensity for the same money or less. Here's what Glenfiddich doesn't want you comparing this to. Glenfiddich 18 at $120 delivers 46% ABV, non-chill filtered, intensely sherried character. Springbank 15 at $100 delivers 46% ABV, floor malted complexity, and coastal depth. Both embarrass Glenfiddich 18 in blind tastings consistently. Glenfiddich 18 isn't disappointing. It's conservative in a price bracket that demands more. At $60, this would be acceptable. At $120, you're paying for the name, not the liquid. That's number 3. 2 more famous bottles robbing you blind.
Number 2. Highland Park, 18. This one hurts because Highland Park used to represent value. Highland Park 12 was once one of the best single malts under $60. Balanced, peated, sherried, Viking-themed without feeling gimmicky. Then something changed. At $120 to $150, Highland Park 18 asks luxury pricing. What it delivers is confusion masked as sophistication. Is this sherried whiskey? The color suggests it, but the palate never commits. Is this peated whiskey? There's smoke, but so gentle you'll wonder if it's actually there. The result is whiskey trying to appeal to everyone and satisfying no one completely. Bottled at 43%. ABV, better than 40, worse than 46. Chill filtered, colored. The specifications suggest a whiskey caught between heritage and mass production, and at $130, compromise is unacceptable. In blind tastings against other $120 to $150 single malts, Glendronach 18, Bunnahabhain 18, even younger cask strength Isleys, Highland Park 18 consistently underperforms. Tasters describe it as pleasant, balanced, restrained. Those aren't compliments at $130. They're indictments. The Viking branding got louder, the packaging got fancier, the price increased. The whiskey itself, it got quieter. That's number 2. One more famous bottle, the one that defines luxury Scotch pricing in 2026. Number 1. Johnnie Walker Blue Label. 1 million bottles sold annually, $200 each, $200 million in revenue. From whiskey that loses blind tastings to $50 single malts. This is the most successful illusion in the entire Scotch industry. That iconic blue box, the magnetic closure, the weight of the glass, the gold label, every element designed to communicate luxury before the cork is pulled. Most bottles of Blue Label never get critically evaluated. They get gifted, displayed, photographed, celebrated as achievements. The liquid rarely faces honest scrutiny, and when it does, the results are devastating. Bottled at 40% ABV, the minimum, chill filtered into submission, colored for perfection. Every spec designed to ensure Blue Label never offends, never challenges, never gives anyone reason to question it. The flavor reflects that calculated inoffensiveness, soft grain, mild honey, gentle smoke, a finish so short it might as well be imaginary. Nothing distinctive, nothing memorable, nothing worth $200. In blind tastings against other premium whiskeys, Blue Label consistently loses to $50 single malts. Blue Label at $200 loses to Ardbeg 10 at $60, loses to Talisker 10 at $65, loses to Springbank 10 at $70. For $200, you could buy 3 bottles of Springbank 10, 4 bottles of Ardbeg 10, or 2 bottles of Lagavulin 16. Every single alternative delivers more flavor, more character, more complexity. But people don't buy Blue Label for flavor. They buy it for confidence, for status, for the ability to serve something expensive without being questioned. And Diageo has mastered selling that confidence at $200 per bottle. Blue Label isn't just overpriced. It's proof that in premium Scotch, price and quality completely disconnected years ago. Those are the 5 famous Scotch brands where marketing overwhelmed merit, where packaging justified pricing, where smoothness replaced substance. But knowing which bottles to avoid is only half the battle. The other half is knowing what to buy instead. Everything we just exposed shares one characteristic. They're famous because they were marketed to be famous, not because the liquid demanded it. The 5 smart alternatives understand something different. If the Scotch is exceptional, reputation follows eventually. These aren't obscure bottles. They're sitting on shelves right now, fairly priced, waiting for drinkers who've stopped letting famous do their thinking. Let's start with number 5. Number 5. Arran 10, 46%. ABV, non-chill filtered, naturally colored, usually $55 to $65. The specifications alone make Arran 10 more honest than every bottle we just criticized. The flavor delivers bright citrus, vanilla, malt sweetness, and coastal salt, with texture that 40% bottlings specifically eliminate. This is whiskey that prioritizes sensory impact over broad appeal. In blind tastings, Arran 10 routinely outperforms Glenfiddich 18, Dalmore 12, and Dewar's 18. Not occasionally, consistently. At $60, you're getting more proof, more texture, and more character than bottles charging double.
Number 4. Bunnahabhain 12. This is Islay whiskey for people who don't think they like Islay. 46.3% ABV. Non-chill filtered, naturally colored. At $55 to $65, it delivers coastal character without aggressive smoke. Dried fruit, nuts, sea salt, light peat, gentle sherry. The texture is oily and substantial, exactly what non-chill filtration preserves. In blind tastings, Bunnahabhain 12 consistently beats whiskeys charging twice as much. Because texture matters, because proof matters, because honest production matters. At $60, this proves that integrity doesn't require premium pricing. Number 3. Springbank 10. This is the whiskey that ends arguments. Springbank performs every step of production on site. Floor malting, distillation, maturation, bottling, complete control, complete accountability, no shortcuts. 46% ABV, non-chill filtered, naturally colored. The flavor delivers light peat, coastal salinity, fruit, and oil with complexity that feels earned, not engineered. At $65 to $85 when found at retail, Springbank 10 embarrasses bottles costing twice as much. This is what happens when craft matters more than marketing. Number 2. Ledaig 10. Heavily peated Islay-style whiskey, except it's from Mull, not Islay. And it cost $45 to $55 while delivering intensity that Islay malts charge $80 for. 46.3% ABV. Non-chill filtered. Peat smoke, maritime brine, tar, medicinal notes. The palate delivers waves of smoke, salt, pepper, and dark fruit. In blind tastings, Ledaig 10 consistently punches above its price. At $50, you're getting intensity and character that most distilleries reserve for premium releases. Number 1. Arran Cask Strength. This is the bottle that exposes how delusional Scotch pricing has become. Cask Strength. Non-chill filtered, naturally colored, no water added, no processing, no compromise. Typically, 53 to 56% ABV, $60 to $70. The flavor explodes. Citrus, vanilla, malt, oak, spice, energy, presence, nothing stripped away. In blind tastings against premium releases costing double, Arran Cask Strength routinely finishes at or near the top. A $65 bottle beating $120 bottles consistently. Isle of Arran could bottle this at 43%, chill filter it, and sell it for $50 while increasing margins. They don't. They maintain cask strength because the whiskey deserves respect. Compare this to what you get for $200 with Blue Label. The gap becomes impossible to ignore. That's worth every penny. One rule saves you from every overpriced famous Scotch. Buy specifications, not stories. Ignore the bottle design. Ignore the brand heritage. Ignore whether you've seen it before. Look for 3 things. Proof, 43 minimum, 46 preferred. Cask strength ideal. Filtration, non-chill filtered, means texture preserved. Coloring. Natural color means honest cask influence. Every famous Scotch that failed today failed because its story was better than its specifications. Famous is what brands build when the liquid can't do it alone. The 5 famous Scotch brands only dumb people still buy. Dalmore 12, Dewar's 18, Glenfiddich 18, Highland Park 18, and Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Not bad Scotch. Famous Scotch charging famous prices for ordinary liquid. The 5 smart alternatives: Arran 10, Bunnahabhain 12, Springbank 10, Ledaig 10, and Arran Cask Strength. All deliver more proof, more character, more honesty, and more value. Smart drinkers figured this out years ago. They stopped buying famous and started buying quality. In 2026, there's no excuse for paying premium prices for average liquid just because the bottle is recognizable. Subscribe to Cask Index. See you in the next one.